And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video I'm going to be riding the AIPAS M1 Max, as you see it right there. And what I want to talk about today is the most confusing e-bike law that's out there. It's the speed. The speed limit, throttle to 20 miles per hour, pedal assist to 28 miles per hour, is widely considered one of the most confusing and contentious aspects of e-bike law in the United States. This confusion stems from how it forces a single vehicle to straddle different legal classes simultaneously. Why it is confusing. The Class 2.5 dilemma. The standard Class 3 system defines Class 2 throttle up to 20 miles per hour and Class 3 pedal assist up to 28 miles per hour as separate categories. A bike that does both essentially switches classes in real time depending on whether you are twisting a grip or pedaling. Ambiguous legal definitions. Federal and state laws often don't explicitly address whether a Class 3 bike can have a throttle, while many manufacturers include one that cuts out at 20 miles per hour to stay safe. Some states like California have recently moved to clarify that Class 3 bikes should be pedal assist only, creating a legal trap for bikes sold with throttles. The manufacturer workarounds. Because it is legal to have a 28 mile per hour pedal assist, many brands sell bikes locked to 28 miles per hour, or locked to 20 miles per hour, I should say, as Class 2, but provide hidden menus for owners to unlock the 28 miles per hour limit themselves, effectively shifting the legal liability to the rider. Other major confusing e-bike laws. While the speed split is a top contender, other laws create similar headaches for riders. The Moped-Style. In many states, if your motor is 750.1 watts or you go 28.1 miles per hour, bicycle instantly becomes an unregistered motor vehicle or motorcycle. This requires a VIN, insurance, and a motorcycle license, none of which are usually possible for an e-bike to obtain. You might be legal to ride 28 miles per hour on the road, but the moment you enter a multi-use path or trail, Class 3 bikes are often banned entirely, while Class 1 and 2 are allowed even if you are riding slowly. The e-moto marketing. Many vehicles sold as e-bikes like Surons and high-powered Talarias have pedals purely for show to bypass laws, despite being high-powered electric motorcycles in performance. So let's hop on and talk a little bit more about this. I got to mention too that this bike is sold as, they call it an off-road, but this style of bike oftentimes is a commuter style with the basket on the back here on the back rack that's going to obviously hold some cargo for you. But let's go and talk a little bit more about this. This is the one law that always bugs me. On one hand, you can legally go 28 miles per hour. On the other hand, you can only do it via pedals. And then you get into the confusion where California, for example, on a Class 3 e-bike, doesn't even want you to have a throttle at all. You can have a throttle for 20 miles per hour, but 28, take the throttle off the bike. Can't have it. Very confusing. To me, and I've said this time and time again, if you're a regular viewer to the channel, this is the one thing that bugs me, I think, more than anything else. It always gets me, is, to me, if the bike is capable and can legally go 28 miles per hour, whichever way, if it's able to go 28 miles per hour by whatever means, then it shouldn't matter to me. Like in this case, it can be pedaled to 28. What's the difference if you throttle it to 28? If the bike is legally okay to go 28, to me it doesn't matter. I don't see the difference, I guess, between pedaling or throttling. 28 is 28, just like 20 is 20. If you don't want the 28 to be there, so be it. Then just make the law 20 and be done with it. But it is confusing for people. You know, they buy a bike and you wonder, well, why can I go this fast this way but can't go this fast this way? Now this bike here, I can't remember if I unlocked it or if it was already this speed, but I think you have to unlock it. Like I say, I can't remember already. I've had so many bikes. But this bike, the AIPAS M1 Max, right on their website says top speed of 30 to 36 miles per hour. I believe it says that unlocked to that speed. So it does have capabilities of going that speed. Well, I did a speed test on the bike and I got it up to 32, and that was pedaling pretty hard. And the display here though showed 36.5. Obviously the display is off, and that's another thing I was going to bring up, is that oftentimes the display runs a little high. You can change to try to get it calibrated pretty close. You can change the wheel size. Like for example, on a 20-inch bike wheels, if you go in there and change the setting to 24, sometimes that'll fix your speed difference. So you can't always go by that display because oftentimes it's incorrect. I've had some though that are really good, like the graffiti bikes that I have, the Graffiti and Graffiti X. Both of them are basically right there. They're right on point. If they're out by anything, it's less than 1 mile per hour. It's like a half a mile per hour, if anything. This bike has probably the most difference that I've seen. I'm going to throttle for a minute here and see. I'm going to crank it up a bit. I'm in pedal assist 3. Let's go to 4. But yeah, this one probably has the most difference. But I was going the fastest speed difference. This bike is like a Cadillac. It's big. If you want a big bike, say you're a larger or taller rider, this bike might be right up your alley. It's got pretty good get up and go. It's got 110 Newton meters of torque. The motor peaks at 1800 watts. At least that's what is claimed. If you do like this bike or want to check it out further, I do have a link in the description, and I do have a discount code that'll save you on a purchase of a bike. Yeah, I like this bike quite a bit. It's got a full suspension, very smooth. It's a little bit heavier bike, weighing in at about 90 pounds, but I'm okay with that because the weight of this bike, especially going at a faster speed, is better than something light and it's going to bounce around. This one has a little more stability, I would say, being as it's a heavier bike. It's a step-through frame. You can get this bike in a step-over frame. These big bikes though, like this, are tough to throw your leg over, especially when you got the basket on the back. So I prefer the step through down here. You can see it. And the bike comes in a few different colors. I chose the cyan blue, just to be different. So many bikes come in black or white, you know, or gray. Those are the most common colors. Let me know your thoughts on, to you, what is the most confusing bike law out there for e-bikes? That's mine, is the confusion of the speed. And I think I don't think everybody even knows about it. Like when you get a bike, when people buy a bike, they don't think, well, wait a minute, is this bike legal to X amount? I think you just buy the bike, you know, not even thinking of laws and stuff. And it's getting to the point where this law is going to no longer be the big one that's confusing. It's going to be the license, registration, and insurance. Because let's face it, most of us that buy an e-bike are buying one as we would to buy a traditional bike. We're just looking for something to hop on and go. We're not thinking, you know, of going to the Department of Motor Vehicles and having our bike registered. I mean, that's probably the last thing you're thinking about when you're purchasing a bike. I do think that in time here we are going to smooth out these laws, and hopefully they become more understandable. I gotta think they're eventually gonna get there. It's just a bumpy road right now. It's just all over the map. We need to get some clarity on it, stability, and go with it, you know? Let me know your thoughts on what you think is the most confusing law. Do you agree that the speed laws are the most confusing, or do you have another one that's debris in the bike lane? Let's see what 28 miles per hour looks like here. Whoop. Of course, this is a little bit high, but yeah, so far I'd say the speed, the 28 mile per hour thing is the confusing one. And then soon to be the licensing. Like if I was in New Jersey right now, I'd say that one to me is the absolute confusing one. That one is probably the craziest law I've ever heard of in my life. Where they consider every single e-bike now to be a motorized vehicle, all of them. So someone's just purchasing a trike to get out there and enjoy the outdoors. And gonna go down to a neighbor's on their trike down the road, and before they do that they have to get their bike registered, insured, plated, and then they got to have a license as well. The only thing missing is filling it up with gas at the gas station. Somebody's constructing looks like a water slide or something. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I'm still confused. I'm still confused after the ride. Anyway, dem's the laws, I guess. Dem's the laws. Dem. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this video. And thank you very much for joining me today on Electric Bike Mark, and thanks for hanging out, those of you that hang out for the complete whole video. I appreciate that. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe, everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.